Welcome to the Wong Reviewer. My name is Will, where I do tech unboxing, tech reviews, and tech tutorials. And in today's episode, we're going to review the sound quality of 3 different gaming headsets that are out in the market today. So the XPG EMIX H30, the Corsair HS60 Pro, as well as the Turtle Beach Elite 2 gaming headset. So these are 3 gaming headsets that we're going to review the sound quality on. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to get a friend of mine to actually do a blindfold test to see if he can tell the difference between each one. Now obviously there's a cost difference from the cheaper XPG EMIX H30 to the H60 Pro to the more expensive Turtle Beach Elite 2 Pro gaming headset. And I want to know if the more expensive it is, going down the range, can you tell the quality as a user? All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna do the sound quality test. And we're gonna do a blindfold test. We're gonna have my friend Keaton here get blindfolded with a sleep mask, and I'm gonna put 3 different headsets on him, and we're gonna do 3 tests. The 3 tests we're gonna do is sound effects during CSGO. We're gonna do a movie test for sound effects, and then we're gonna do a sound music test. And I wanna see if he can tell the difference between all 3. And again, for this video, we want to know if price actually matters. If the price ranges from $90 Canadian to $250 Canadian, and does price actually matter? So that's the test that we're going to do today. All right, so we're gonna get set up here and we'll get testing. So the first test we're gonna do is playing CSGO. So I'm gonna hand him some different headsets and I'm gonna attempt to play some CSGO and kind of go from there. What do you think about the sound?
It's good. You can hear pretty much everything. Footsteps, the little glass when it breaks.
Now is your second test? You can hear?
Yep. This one, the sound seems to echo more. Doesn't sound as crisp.
Okay, and what are your thoughts on that one?
This one, the sound doesn't sound as crisp as the last one. This one seems like it has a little bit of an echo.
Okay. What do you think of that one?
This one's pretty good. It's a little softer, but you can still hear the sounds, everything pretty cleanly.
Okay, I'm gonna get you to take off your blindfold. So from playing CSGO, what is your preference between, if you remember correctly, like what order would you rank them?
I would probably go with the first one I tried on as number 1.
Yeah.
Then it's the third one, and then the second one.
Okay. So what he chose there was the first one he liked. First place was the HS60 Pro. The second one was the Turtle Beach Elite 2, and the third one was the XPG gaming headset. So that was a sound quality test for 3, and that's kind of his ranking there. So we're gonna do another test. So we're gonna do another test now to see which one he prefers. And this one we're gonna do is sound. I'm gonna play a sound sample from Epidemic Sound, and I wanted to see if he can tell the difference between all 3. So I'm gonna choose sort of like a jazz type of music to see if which ones he prefers. All right, so we'll do that test. So now what we do is we're gonna listen to some alternative music using Epidemic Sound, and we're gonna put the different headsets on him and see if he can tell the difference between all 3. I'm gonna play for about a minute for him to get the full sound experience, and then I'm gonna get him to provide me some feedback. So we'll do a minute of the songs. Okay, so that is a full minute. I'm gonna get you to give me your feedback on what you thought of the sound.
I liked it. You could hear all the instruments in it. You could hear the subtleties in the voice. Yeah, it was a great experience. You can hear pretty much everything, whether it's drums, guitar, all of it.
Okay, so let's do the second test here. All right, so we'll do the same thing. We're gonna do 1 minute. Okay, so that is 1 minute, and what is your feedback, Keaton?
This one is good too. In comparison to the last one, it didn't sound as crisp. You couldn't hear the subtleties in the voice as much. And there's a little heavier on the bass. and it just, certain things started to blur together.
Okay.
In comparison to the last one.
All right. Okay, so we do the last headset test here. Start this over. We'll do another full minute and ask you for your impressions. Okay, so that is 1 minute. What are your thoughts on this one?
This one had a little bit of echo to it, so you hear a little bit after if a word was said, you hear a little this little noise from that sound afterwards. It didn't sound as crisp as the other two. You can't make out little subtleties within the voice and the instrumentation.
Okay, you need to take off your mask. So the last one was the XPG. So in order, if you remember, which ones would you prefer?
I think my number one would be the first one, and then
Okay.
the second, and then the third.
Okay, so the first one again was the HS60 Pro. The second one was the Turtle Beach Elite 2, and the third one, as you saw, was the XPG. That's pretty interesting. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is our last test. Our last test is I'm gonna play some sound effects from a movie for Pacific Rim 2, some kind of fighting scene, and we're gonna get Keaton here to see if he, again, to kind of evaluate all three different headsets. All right.
All right.
We're gonna play a fight scene from Pacific Rim 2. Now, unfortunately, I can't show the video because there's someone's gonna copyright me, but trust me, I am showing Pacific Rim 2. Again, I'm gonna do it for a full minute. I'm gonna get Keaton to tell me what his thoughts are. All right, so here we go. Oh, it probably helps if we actually give you the headset first.
Yep.
Okay, for a full minute of Pacific Rim Uprising. Okay, so that's a full minute. What are your thoughts?
It was good. I could hear all the little subtle things. You could hear the background music pretty clear, but you can still hear all dialogue and everything well. You could hear the subtle things with the footprints and all the background sound too.
Okay, so let's do test number 2. Okay, here's test number 2. Okay, so that is, what did you think of that one?
This one was also good. You can hear everything, background music, and you can hear the dialogue. Sound effects I liked a little bit better with this. It was clearer. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna do test number 3. I'm gonna give you a different headset here. And here we go. And here we go, test number 3. Okay. All right. What did you think of that one?
This one was good. It held everything more at a balance compared to the last one. The sound effects weren't as distinct, but there seemed to be a good balance between everything, between background music, dialogue, and sound effects.
Okay, take off your blindfold.
For this one, I think the best one would be the second one I tried on. Then it would be the third one, and then the last one would be the first one.
Okay, perfect. So the second one, the first choice for watching movies was the Turtle Elite 2 Pro. The second choice would be the Corsair HS60. And then the last one he chose was the XPG H30 gaming headset. I just want to thank Keaton for doing the test for us, and he has determined that winner was the Corsair H60 Pro, and this came in first place for both the sound and for gaming, and came in second place for watching movies. And so this was the clear winner, which was the Corsair. The second place was the Turtle Beach Elite Pro 2, and then last place was the XPG H30 gaming headset. So in terms of price, this was the cheaper one, and for around $90 Canadian. And it looks like this was not a really good choice. But if you were spent an extra, I think, $30, you can go up to the H60 Pro, which was better. And then, is it worth $250 for the Turtle Beach Elite Pro 2 gaming headset? I would say no, I would say save your money. There's a $100 difference between both of them, and I would actually say just choose the Corsair HS60 Pro, and that seems to work well. Not only that, but this gaming headset works across the Nintendo Switch, PS4, and PC, and so there's some flexibility in that as well. So that seems to be the best value in terms of a gaming headset. All right, any last words?
Keaton, from you. Thank you for having me. This was a wonderful time, and I've never really used too many gaming headsets, so this was a unique experience.
Okay, so there you have it. Thanks again for watching, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave it down below. And until next time.